On Sunday, Titan Submersible carried 5 people on hours-long 12,500-foot-deep journey to the wreck of the Titanic, which rests at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Within 2 hours of the toured Titan Submersible lost contact with its support ship. Traveling under the water is far most dangerous than traveling to the space. Radio transmissions can travel through space for many light-years, but they cannot travel underwater. So, hello everyone, today real-life tale is disclosing what happened to Titan Submersible, how was Titan Submersible collapsed, and how it had killed the 5 people in it. 5 people, which includes Hamish Harding, a British billionaire and adventurer, Shahzada Dawood, a Pakistani-British businessman, and his son, Suleiman, Stockton Rush, chief executive and founder of Ocean Gate, and Paul Henry, a French submersible pilot. Due to the risks involved in the trip, passengers had to sign a death waiver before they embarked on the journey. They had paid $250,000 each to see the famous shipwrecked Titanic. This Titan was a submersible, and submersible cannot launch from port and return independently. They rely on mother ships to carry them from port to their dive sites and back. Now, in a press conference, U.S. Coast Guard announced that a remotely operated vehicle had found the debris of the Titan Submersible, which suggested that the passengers were killed in a catastrophic implosion of the vessel. The debris of the Titan Submersible was found on seafloor, about 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic. Many days, rescue workers worked hard on the hope that the Titan Submersible might still be safe, and that its occupants could be alive, but all goes in vain as the Titan Submersible faced catastrophic implosion. So, the million-dollar question is, how exactly this have happened, and what is catastrophic implosion? An underwater implosion is when a vessel suddenly collapses inwards under immense pressure from the water around it. The force of the water was so strong that it appears that both the front and the rear cap were blown out about the same time. When this force becomes larger than the force hull can withstand, the vessel implodes violently. So, it was a catastrophic failure due to the outside pressure of the water on the hull that was designed to bear pressure. Next question is, what is the pressure at depth of the ocean? The pressure of water is different at different levels of depth of ocean. Titanic wreck is at dark midnight zone at the depth of 12,400 feet. The pressure there is about 375 times the atmospheric pressure. It is equal to the 5,500 pounds of the force. Tail cone of Titan Submersible was discovered about 1,600 feet from the wreck of Titanic. Larger debris also found, in which the front end of larger pressure hub was located. Later on, Titan landing frame also discovered. The pattern of the debris suggests that at some point in the Titan's journey there was a leak. It was so deep in the sea by then that the amount of water above it would have been equivalent to the weight of the Eiffel Tower, tens of thousands of tons that make it collapse. There was no black box, so you are not going to be able to track the last movements of the vessel itself, so the process of investigation is not similar to that of an airplane crash. Next question is, how quickly a submersible hull collapses? A former U.S. nuclear submarine officer has described how quickly a sub-hull moves inwards when it collapses. A former U.S. nuclear submarine officer said it moves inward at about 2,414 km per hour. The time for complete collapse is about 1 millisecond, or 1,000th of a second. He says that a human brain responds at about 25 milliseconds from sensing to acting. When the hull collapses, the air also auto-ignites and an explosion also occurs, followed by the rapid implosion. It is so quick action that the entire Titan would have collapsed before the people inside would even realize that there was a problem. This all activity must be painless for them. It is also the possibility that it has gotten tangled in the wreckage of the Titanic, which lies at about 12,500 feet underwater. Now discussing the first reason of the incident, David Pogue, a CBS journalist who traveled on the Titan last year, called the submersible a janky for its scraped-together parts. It had no advanced control panels. It only has a single button that initiates the function, down, on an elevator, and was piloted using a $30 game controller. Even it was a good controller, but the Titan's controller appears to have been an older model, and it relied on a good Bluetooth connection. So, it's still a question why. Now, second most concerning reason is that it is not clear whether the Titan was inspected for safety by outside experts. In 2018, many industry experts warned OceanGate that companies should put Titan through an independent safety assessment, it could face potentially catastrophic problems. But CEO Stockton Rush, who was in the Titan's lost passengers, said that innovations are more important than criticism. In 2019, company said it didn't want to get the Titan submersible certified for safety standards because bringing an outside company on every innovation before it is put into real-world testing is a full stop to rapid innovation. He said, "I think I can do this safely, and at some point, safety is just pure waste." Operator of OceanGate has said this all was because it believed that the Titan's design was so innovative that it would take years for inspectors to understand it. Third reason is to not conducting proper testing before journey. Company spent tens of millions of dollars for developing the system which could monitor the health of that hull, which needed to withstand the extreme pressures at the bottom of the ocean. But before this visit, they didn't conduct the testing properly. One of the friends of British billionaire Hamish Harding told that Hamish Harding has asked him about this trip whether to go or not. He said, "Absolutely. There was a common point of discussion within the community about the design risks of the Titan that they were going on. They asked for my opinion and I said I wouldn't get in that submersible. So, this is all. Kindly hit the like button and subscribe the channel. Bye bye.